What is up, y'all? This is Dave again. Um, we are actually getting into a best ball mania draft today, and so with this one is a obviously like the underdog. It's like their like bread and butter, I guess you could say. They're like main event or their main contest. We're at pick one, so not a big fan of pick one, but we are gonna try our best here. Of course, we gotta go with Jameer Gibbs, and selection cannot be made. That was weird. All right, that was weird, but we are okay. We took Gibbs. A little bit about this draft, really quick. So it's a $25 entry. Um, Pretty big entry. So you draft with 12 teams, and so two out of the 12 teams advance, and then one out of 14 advance, and then if you score the highest out of 14 teams, and then one out of 12, and then there's a 667 seat final. So if you win the first prize is a 2 million prize, so that is what we're going for. If you win second, you win a million. If you win third, you win 500, half a million, which is great. Even if you win fourth, you win 400,000. I mean, even if you're like eighth place, man, ninth, 10th place, you're winning 100K. So that is pretty good. That'll for sure be able to pay off some debt, or get your down payment for a house or whatever case you're probably looking for. So we're gonna go back to the draft right now. So just kind of want to give you guys an idea, but man, this is pretty good, right? So this is the main event, and so this is like we gotta try. This is like a draft that you're like shooting for the fences, right? So let's just kind of look at the draft board to see how it's going. Meanwhile, I'll kind of see like who I might get on my next pick. And so don't want to gamble too much, but I also am going up against like two out of this 12, and then you're going up like against 14 other guys, and you're going to try to beat them, right? So try our best here and see how this goes. We are going to look at this draft, see if any of this kind of looks a little weird or if it looks a little different. Kind of get the same first seven people go and Jonathan Taylor. So you kind of see the first eight, nine, 10 people go. So nothing too surprising. Justin Jefferson goes at pick 11. So far so good. And with a draft like this, I mean, even in any draft, I like to see how many badges are in here. And if you don't know, people with the badge have done like hundreds of these drafts. Not just Best Ball Mania, but like any of the underdog best ball drafts. So these guys could say they are experienced, or they know kind of like what to go for, what to do, what to win, what it takes to win. But really, what you just never know, right? So we are up against one, two, three, four, five people with badges here. So not too bad. I've been in one where I'm like, it's just like three three of us without any badges. And so let's see here. The only thing I do like about the one is I get to go twice. So I kind of get to strategize it that way where I'm able to like pick back to back and see I can kind of control who I'm able to get, right? So Brock Bowers goes at pick 20. And so, if you guys watch this later on and kind of wondering like who I am, I've been doing these best ball drafts. This is my first year. So I've been doing them every day, and I just figure like if I'm spending on doing these anyways, why not just like stream and just like why the heck not, right? So um really quickly, let's go with my picks. I am taking Rasheed Rice. Why do I feel like it's going pretty quickly as far as like the draft clock goes? Um, I'm taking Chris Olave here. I'm not gonna go with tight end over with like Trey McBride. I'm not going with George Pickens. Chris Olave is the wide receiver one in his team. I think I could get my second wide. I could get my second running back over here. Reason why I'm going with Chris Olave and not George Pickens, like even though yes, I think George Pickens is a great player, he showed like I think he was the wide receiver 6 or 7. I know he was top 10 last year, but CeeDee Lamb was hurt, right? And yes, Dak Prescott is a great quarterback, but it's another year with Dak Prescott. So um, I don't know, man. I feel like I like Tyler Shug. I think I could get Shug. I could probably get Jordan Tyson maybe on another round and kind of get him stacked with Shug. I don't know. So we'll see. Maybe I should have gone with Pickens. I'd rather get the wide receiver one in their team rather than the wide receiver two in round 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? So I know like Booker's the like wide receiver two right now, but the thing is like he can't be the wide receiver one. Can George Pickens be the wide receiver one? I think CeeDee Lamb is a better wide receiver, if I'm being honest. So I don't know. We'll see. And again, we'll see what the draft gives us on the way back. Um, but I may wanna. I am thinking of taking another running back here. So we'll see how it goes. Um, so yeah, man, like a little bit about me. I've been doing these drafts every day, and so I just figured, why the heck not? Why not stream and just kind of give you guys an idea of like what some what these guys are doing or what they're thinking. I try to think out loud and why the reason why I choose these players, reason why I just chose Chris Olave over George Pickens. I did want to take another wide receiver there. I wasn't gonna reach on like Kyron Williams, and especially at the one, I'm not a big fan of taking the tight end early. I feel like I could get some great tight ends at like these later rounds. Maybe especially with like Trey McBride. I know he was like great last year. He was 10-1, but he's in a horrible offense, right? Like, am I gonna risk taking him and round with my pick 3? You know what I'm saying? So, and also like I have a drink here. I do enjoy myself a little bit. I'm having a Moscow meal right now, so cheers, y'all. Um, yeah, I do try to have fun with it, and so this is kind of like my own time. I do have a daughter, as you could see, like with all the toys in the back, and so this is like my I'm winding down here, and I just do one draft at the end of the night, just call it quits and get ready for bed. So yeah, man. Enough about me. Let's see like who we're able to get. Um, Lat McConkey goes pick 37, then ETN, Garrett Wilson, Terry McLaurin at pick 40, Ted McMillan at pick 41, Devontae Adams at 42, and Scatterbo at 43. The thing with pick 1 is like, sure, you take Jameer Gibbs, but then you're missing out a little on like who I think are some can be like round 1 players, right? Like Terrell McMillan, it could be like a round 1 or 2. Scatterbo could be like a round 1 or 2 if he's not hurt. So let's see. If this guy that takes like Puka Nakua, AJ Brown, and Devontae Smith actually looks like a pretty good, solid like team. This guy as well with Jamar Chase, Nico Collins, and Ibuka. And he takes Luther Burden, so no running backs yet for this guy. I am on the clock. I am fine taking David Montgomery. I am gonna let the clock run out so I can see who I can get next. Um, I don't want to fall too behind on wide receiver since I am gonna have that too. I am okay probably taking another. Oof. So here you go. This is tough for me here. Do I take like Bucky Irving? I am fine taking Carnell Tate here. I do like Carnell Tate. Again, I don't want to fall too behind on wide receiver here, and maybe I could get some other running backs later. Um, again, I don't want to fall too behind on wide receiver, especially if I'm waiting 22 picks, right? And and if you don't know this for this contest or pretty much most, if not all the contests, it's 3 wide receivers as the starters and then 2 running backs. So let's look at that really quick and then kind of show you guys what the breakdown is here. So it's half PPR, and the roster is one QB, three wide receivers, two running backs, one flex, and one tight end, and then you have 10 bench players. And so if you guys don't know about this best ball stuff, it's like you don't have to commit throughout the year. Like you don't have to go in like Sunday mornings or Thursdays before the games and like fix the lineup like you normally do in like your regular leagues. This is more of like you set it and you forget it. It's like whoever's your best scoring wide receiver in that week kind of goes to that starting lineup, and so you accrue the points that way. And so towards the end of the 14 weeks, if you're one of the highest scoring of two of the highest scoring, you advance. So I'm like messing with. I think I touched this knob a lot, and so like I feel like I mess with the sound. But yeah, after Cornell Tate goes, DJ Moore goes, then Tyler Warren, DeAndre Swift goes at pick 52. So I'm fine taking Montgomery. Like I'm fine taking. And funny enough, right? So like Gibbs and Montgomery were teammates before, but obviously now in different teams. So I have them as my running back one and two. So um, you may want to call them anchor running backs. Like I feel like anchor running back is like if you get a running back at your second or third. But we'll see. Jadarian Price goes at pick 59. Like, see all these guys here except for probably Tyler Warren, DeAndre Swift. Like, I'm happy I took Carnell Tate. I would have probably taken Bucky Irving, and Bucky Irving doesn't seem like he's going until like pick 62, if I'm being honest. Um, he has fallen actually. He's fallen like 8 picks now, 7 picks, and I would have probably taken Bucky. Like, I like Bucky. It's just I know he's hurt. He had the shoulder injury, but so we'll see who I'm able to get on this pick 72 here. Yeah, he's not even going at pick 62. So we'll see. Like, also, this is why I see Bucky Irving dropped like 9 spots. Joe Burrow goes to the T. Higgins team. I like to see like what other teams, what they're stacking, the, the stack options they go with. Kind of learn from it, or you kind of like take whatever you learn from drafts and try to better it in a way. Jalen Hurts goes like I wish Jalen Hurts would have fallen, and then I would have taken Makai Lemon and Jalen Hurts stack there, which is weird. Like then Makai Lemon goes. So let's see who I am going to be able to take. Um, I might just do Caleb Williams goes unstacked. I think this guy at 4 would have wished to either taking Jalen Hurts or Drake May because of Devontae Smith or AJ Brown, but goes with BTJ. PJ Washington goes. Like I'm on the fence. Should I take Jaden Daniels? Like I don't have a Jaden Daniels stack. He is an elite quarterback, but the dude's hurt. He's fallen like 6 picks, so I'm fine taking him. So what the heck? I'm taking Jaden Daniels, and why not? I would have probably gone with Tony Pollard and Quentin Johnson if I'm being honest, or maybe even Chuba Hubbard. Um, reason why I'm taking Tony Pollard is because I have Carnell Tate, and I might take Cam Ward later, and then um, maybe I should have taken Quentin Johnston there. Maybe I'm overthinking it. The fact that Jaden Daniels fell to me kind of puts me at a tough spot. I would have wished like McCallum and then Jalen Hurts would have fallen. Like I'm surprised this Terry McLaurin team didn't take Jalen Daniels, especially if you already have Josh Allen's. Like, why are you taking two elite quarterbacks in the first 6 rounds? So I like Chuba. Like maybe I should have not taken Tony Pollard. Like Tony Pollard scares me sometimes taking him. Um, Quinn Johnson's still on the board, so it's crazy. We'll see how far he falls. Um, if it's if Patrick Mahomes and Xavier Worthy make it to me, I would love that. If not, I might just go with Brock Purdy and Ricky Pearsall, and might be done with quarterback because I have Jaden Daniels, and I'll have another decent quarterback with either Patrick Mahomes and or Brock Purdy. So I'll be done with quarterback, and then I'll just probably smash on tight ends and wide receivers after that, and then maybe in my last 5 rounds, I'll go with maybe my next two running backs. So we'll see. I'm not too mad at the Pollard pick. It's either I'm not a big fan of Warren. I do like Hubbard because Rico Dowdle's not there anymore. So again, I was taking Pollard because I might just take Cam Ward if I'm not able to take one of those other quarterbacks there. Courtland Sutton goes at pick 85. Sometimes I like to look at some of these teams to see, like, man, I wish that team was mine, or kind of compare. So this guy only has one running back with Chuba. Not, I don't think that's great, even though, like, yeah, man, I like your first three wide receivers, but I think you could have gotten with like David Montgomery here instead of Luther Burden. Um, and I think, yeah, Tyler Warren is great, but maybe you could have gotten with DeAndre Swift to taking your second running back. Maybe taking Tony Pollard here. So this guy at 3 is not so great, I think. Um, no other team is like crazy except for maybe this guy at 5, but he's unstacked. Same thing goes with me, I guess, right? So what am I saying? But I do have Jaden Daniels. He does have Caleb Williams. Ricky Pearsall goes. So there goes my thought of stacking Ricky Pearsall with Brock Purdy. I might not take Brock Purdy because of that. Um, Patrick Mahomes is still available, but these two guys don't have QBs, that which scare me. I think these guys are gonna take Patrick Mahomes goes, like I mentioned, and Trevor Lawrence goes. So I know Brock Purdy seemed interesting, but if I'm being honest, I like Rico Dotto and Xavier Worthy. So I'm taking Xavier Worthy to make sure I have another wide receiver. And yes, Rico Dotto shares the same bias Tony Pollard, but just in case Tony Pollard is not the player I expect him to be, I am fine taking Rico Dotto. And like, my running back room seems decent as well as my wide receiver room. I wish I would have taken Patrick Mahomes. I forgot I have Rashi Rice. So it would have been great to have Patrick Mahomes fall to me. But then again, yeah, this guy that's like making up his quarterback points is great, but you still need running back points, dude. What are you doing? Um, which helps us, right? It's fine. Maybe I'm fine taking Cam Ward to be able to stack with Carnell Tate, Tyler Shug to stack with Chris Olave. Harold Fannin goes, like, I like Harold Fannin. I think he'll be a great. He was a rookie last year and he put up numbers, I think, and so towards the end of the year. This team actually looks pretty good, even though he has zero quarterback. I think he's probably falling behind a little bit on quarterback points, but um, what do I know, right? I think like throughout the board, everyone's a little mixed, except maybe this guy. Actually, he seems great. Uh, Lobby. So this guy at 7. I'm sorry, 8. Um, His team is actually looks pretty good to me. The anchor running backs with Jonathan Taylor, Kenneth Walker. He has Zay Flowers as wide receiver one, Ted McMillan as wide receiver two, Lamar Jackson as his QB, Odunsi and Johnston as wide receiver three and four. That seems great. And Sam Laporta as the tight end. Um, J.K. Dobbins as running back three. So this team actually is probably my favorite right now. Other than my team, I think like looking at my team, could have I taken maybe another wide receiver? I mean, or another decent quarterback. But I have Jaden Daniels, right? I should be able to get like other wide receivers down here to be able to stack with them, or a tight end with Chig. So let's see who. If Kyle Pitts falls to me, that'd be great. I'll take Rashad White over Kenneth Gainwell. Tyler Shug is there. Like I'm thinking of probably even taking the whole KC offense, even though I don't have Patrick Mahomes. The only thing is like I like Patrick Mahomes, and Wanda Robinson goes at pick 112. I think Wanda Robinson at round 10 is a great pick. I think Tennessee Titans are going to be better offense this year for sure. And Vegas projects them to be a better offense as well. Jacoby Meyer goes to pick 116. Kyle Pitts at 117. Rashad White goes. There goes the guy that we were trying to hopefully go for. Bunch of quarterbacks here. Man, this is tough. I'm taking Tyler Shook for sure to stack with Chris Olave. I like him as a quarterback. He showed like great signs of being a great quarterback end of last year, and I think Saints are going to be a better offense this year. Ugh, that's fine. I'm taking my first tight end with Travis Kelsey. Although he is older, but I have way too many Kansas City players. It's fine. They're a great offense. They some way somehow always end up being a great offense. Like it's insane. They always end up being a great team, even though like was it 2 years ago last year they thought they were gonna suck because Patrick Mahomes didn't have wide receivers. They ended up like winning so many games. I don't know, man. It's just I don't know if this is last year or the year prior to that, but that's insane, man. You never count out Patrick Mahomes. And Travis Kelsey too, man. He's like, even though he's like a year later, I think it's just like they should probably bounce back. And it seems that Patrick Mahomes is going to be back and ready for week one. So who took the Jared Goff guy? I'm surprised the Amon Ross St. Brown team didn't take Jared Goff. They took Malik Willis, which is a big surprise to me. I would have for sure gone with Jared Goff. That is insane. I don't know how I feel about even this team seemed great. They seemed great before. I don't know. I just do not know. So we'll see. We'll see what the draft gives us. Chris Rodriguez has fallen. I feel like we may be falling a little on wide receivers. We're pretty even right now. We have two quarterbacks, four running backs, four wide receivers, one tight end, and so I am fine. I am looking to take another wide receiver here. Um, if Chig makes it to me, I'm fine taking Chig so I could stack with Jaden Daniels. and I am fine having those two tight ends. Chick goes at pick 138. Great. Always happens to me. It always happens to me. Every time I'm like, I hope this guy falls to me. Next pick guy gets chosen. Every single time. It's insane, bro. Every time. Maybe I should just shut the fuck up. But Cam Ward's available. Should I take my third quarterback with Cam Ward? Jalen Naylor's available. Like, there's no one. So I am up. There's no one else that's really calling me. Cam Ward did fall about 5 picks. Here's the thing. I am taking Jalen Naylor, and I am on the fence about taking Cam Ward because I could probably take, since I got the Naylor, I'm taking Cam Ward. I am taking Cam Ward. Screw it. I'm taking my third quarterback. Not a big fan of taking like a third quarterback this early if I have like a quarterback in round 5 or 6. Like if I'm taking a quarterback round 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, like I took Shug, but my next quarterback should probably came with like the Raiders QB with Fernando Mendoza, especially since I took Jalen Naylor. But the fact that I have Carnell Tate, the fact that I have Tony Pollard, I'm fine taking Cam Ward and just like I'm done with quarterback. Especially they all share a different buy, especially because Jaden Daniels was hurt last year, and so what if he gets hurt again? And so just like kind of protects me of that what if, right? Um, Usually say like if you have a great quarterback, there's no point of you taking 3 quarterbacks. But some people will take 4 QBs, and like we'll see at the end of the draft. We'll like go on and see like the projected points per drafter, draftee, draft the fantasy manager, I guess you could say. And we'll look at the team and you'll see like some people just go with like 4 or 5 tight ends. Some people go with like 4 QBs. It's insane. But again, we'll see. Like there's no one here that was just like, I need Brennan Strange. Like unless I had if I had Trevor Lawrence, sure I would have taken Strange. Unless like I have no tight end, then I absolutely need a tight end. Sure, I would have probably taken Brennan Strange, Hunter Henry, or like Gadsden, right? But also with taking Cam Ward, it opens up with me like taking Gunnar Helm, and I hope Gunnar Helm makes it to me because I think he is a great tight end. I think he's a young guy, and I think he will probably break out this year if I'm being honest, especially with Tennessee being a better team or projected to be a better team. So if Gunnar Helm makes it, let's see. Actually, is he in the Gunnar Helm is like way down here. Like, do I reach on him? Do I take Kenyon Sadiq? So like Fernando Mendoza would have probably been a good pick here, but I am definitely taking Antonio Williams since I have Jaden Daniels. I do need another wide receiver anyways. So give me Antonio Williams, and I am going to reach on Gunnar Helm. Have that double stack. So why the heck not? Yep, I got my 2 picks. Just because like I'm looking at these other guys, like I'm going for upside, like Tank Bigsby. I don't know, like these running backs here, Brian Robinson. Like I'm not gonna go with them. I already have my third QB. I already have like the QB that I was like I took Cam Ward. Like again, I would have taken Fernando Mendoza at this round 14 or 15, like I mentioned earlier, if I wouldn't take a Cam Ward, especially with having Naylor, with picking up Naylor. So um yeah, I am fine taking Antonio Williams, especially like he is slot technician, slot technician for the Commanders. I'm fine. I'm for sure taking him, and I'm taking Gunnar Helm. So year 2 for Gunnar Helm, I think it's going to be a breakout season. I think people, so like in your regular redraft team or the team that you're with your buddies and all that. So Gunnar Helm is probably going to be in a lot of like the waiver wires, and I think by week 2 or 3, people are just going to be rushing to pick him up. Um, you could come back to this video and just be like, "Yo, what happened?" You said like Gunnar Helm was a waiver wire pickup, but maybe you got to wait till week 5, right? But Travis Kelsey has a bye week now in week 5, so I'm fine. I'm fine. I am fine with my 2 tight ends, and Greg Dulcich is also a great option here. He would have fallen here, I would have probably taken him over Gunnar Helm, and I would have taken Antonio Williams. Um, just because like now no one's really like projected to be in Washington now. I think what's his name was supposed to go, but he's just kind of going a little nuts, especially with all his Instagram videos he's posting. Dude, he has fallen. Brandon Ayuk has fallen like crazy. He used to be like in this range, but so recap: I have 6 wide receivers, 4 running backs, 3 QBs, 2 tight ends. I have 3 picks left. I am more than like, yeah, I'm just taking 5 running backs. I'm taking another wide receiver and one more tight end. So um Tyler Shug, I am like, I know Chig went super early. I was hoping he'd get to me around here. Where's Chig actually? I can't see him. Anyways, yeah, I know Chig kind of went like 4 or 5 picks around before he made it to me. I don't know. So I was going for, hoping to get Chig to stack him with Jaden Daniels. He didn't make it to me. And then maybe Juwan Johnson was an option as well. But where did Juwan Johnson go? So yeah, here you go. Here's Chig. Then I got Cam Ward. I don't think Juwan Johnson has been picked up. So if Juwan Johnson makes it to me, I'm able to stack him with. No, yeah, he definitely went. Maybe I should be paying more attention to this draft board here. So Brendan Strange, Hunter Henry, he usually goes around here. Where did Juwan Johnson go? Yeah, round 9 is way too early for him. Juwan Johnson, here he is. He fell 2 picks right before me. Maybe I would have taken him here. I don't know. I think I was like more going for wide receiver because I didn't want to fall too behind on wide receiver, especially me just have taken 4 wide receivers. And then I have 2 with the same vibe, especially being on the same team. So actually, let me look at like the buys I have. So Tony Pollard, Rico Dowdle share the same buy, but Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, and then like Tony Pollard, they all have different buys. So I'm okay with the buy picks. Here, hold on. Give me 1 sec. I am about to be up, and I haven't decided who I'm thinking of taking. I like Mike Washington. I think I'm a little screwed when it comes to the tight ends here. Maybe I should have taken. Should I take Eli Stowers? He can possibly be great. Kobe Parkinson as well. I do like these like last wide receivers here. So I am taking Mike Washington as my last running back. I do need to take one more wide receiver here, so I'm letting the time run out just because I'm trying to see if I could think of who else to take. Yeah, if not, I'm fine. I'm fine taking Eli Stowers and hope for the upside. they all have different buys, and so why not? So hopefully Eli Starr is a great rookie prospect that makes him, makes him set out to be. And so actually let's look him up. Let's see where he is. Yeah, so NFL all backup team, could a roster of bench players contend? Which Philadelphia Eagle rookie has the best chance to start at week 1? So Makai Lemon for sure. That's a given. That figures. Eli Stowers is the next best candidate because of his draft status, receiving ability at tight end. Yep. And now they selected him in the 2nd round. Useful. Still, Dallas Goddard remains the clear leader in the tight end room. Yeah, I know he. So I mean, what other tight end could have possibly taken? I would have taken Michael Mayer if I would have picked up Fernando Mendoza. And I wish I'm still learning how to like move my like I don't know how to move my screen. So sorry guys, you can't see these like last few picks, but here I'll tell you like these corner picks after Katron Allen, it was Pat Fairmouth, then Gasecki, then Parkinson, uh, Kobe Parkinson, then Evan Ingram, Demon Claiborne. Haven't heard of him. It's Minnesota running back that they picked up. Dontavian Wicks, pick 207. Keon Coleman, pick 208. And then you guys could see these guys, Ray Davis. So I'm fine taking Eli Stowers there. I think he is a great rookie. I just hope he gets some playing time. And he does share the same buy as like my guys. And then Eli Stowers could possibly be like the Harold Fannin, right? That just like comes in and like in case Dallas Goddard gets hurt and he isn't a great offense. So I like Tyquan Thornton. It did the he didn't the Patrick Mahomes take him, but Patrick Mahomes team didn't take him. But Tyquan Thornton last round, I like him. So I am just taking wide receiver here. Keyshawn Booty, Chris Brazell, Chris Bell. He might not even play. He's hurt, but Jack Bash. If I would have taken what's his name? Jalen Nalgo. So I am taking Keyshawn Booty. He for as like my last pick. Great, beautiful. And he does share different bias like my other wide receivers here. Yep, he does. So great. Wide receiver room is a little like hope for the best. But with Rishi Rice, Chris Olave, Carnell Tate, they seem fine, right? And then like with the KC offense, one of these guys has to do well. You can never count out Patrick Mahomes. So if it's either Rishi Rice, Xavier Worthy, or Travis Kelsey, I know at least one or two of those guys are going to be in my starting lineup possibly every week. So I am happy, and I just hope I make it to the next round. And just like let's see here, like can this possibly? So yeah, man. Even in, like if you're in the 1,334th place, that is a great return on investment. So $25. If you are in the 1,000th place, if you are in the 1,000th place, not first, not second, not 100th, not 500th, 1,000th place, you win $1,000. So pretty decent. Sometimes I like try to look at my team to see if I could have done anything differently. The fact that one sometimes sucks, um, but sometimes you got to go with the values. Daniels fell to me. Let's see, Jaden Daniels was picked is ADP of 66. He fell to me at pick. I got him at pick 72. So Shug, I did reach on him a little bit by like 3 picks. He is ADP of 123, but again, I have Chris Olave. I wanted to go with the stacking option. Plus, I think Tyler Shug is going to be great this year. I like the Saints offense, um, so I think it's going to be great. Cam Ward, I'm going for the upside, especially with Carnell Tate. Carnell Tate could be like one of those rookies that just comes out like getting high scoring. Obviously, great wide receiver, great, great, great player in college, and so it's going to be good. Plus, I have Jameer Gibbs, right? Can't forget about my running back one. That is like 20 points a week. 20, yeah, like I am hoping, yeah, this team seems fine. And I think David Montgomery, Tony Pollard, Rico Dotto will battle it out. David Montgomery more than likely will be in my running two spot, but my hope is that Rico Dotto ends up getting the starting role at Pittsburgh, and Tony Pollard just kind of like until then, from like week 1 to like week 8, when probably Rico Dotto goes into it like being the starter, then Tony Pollard gives me those like decent points, right? Wide receiver Rasheed Rice, Chris Olave, Carnell Tate, Xavier Worthy, Jalen Naylor, Antonio Williams, and Keyshawn Booty. Not bad. So like Rishi Rice is the clear wide receiver one in his team. Chris Olave is the wide receiver one in his team. Carnell Tate, I'm sure, is going to be the wide receiver one in his team. I know Wandale Robinson's going to be there, but he's more like a veteran. To feed Carnell Tate, they know he's a great wide receiver, so I think more than likely he's going to be the wide receiver one in his team. So let's just look at it real quick. Let's see who else do they have. Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley's old. I probably need like a light to kind of like shine here so you guys can see my face. Forgot about that. All right, so Tony Pollard, obviously the clear running back. Yes, Tajay Spears is there. I know they drafted Nicholas Singleton, but I'm not worried about it. Carnell Tate seems to be fine. Wanda Robinson, Calvin Ridley is there. Yeah. Because what other wide receivers do they have? Jameer Dyke, like Miner. Yeah, like I am fine taking Carnell Tate. Gunnar Helms, the tight end one. Obviously, like who is this other guy? Daniel Bellinger. Like I am happy with my wide receivers like 1 through 4, especially with like Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy is a great wide receiver, especially like before he got hurt, he was putting up numbers. So I know for a fact if Rasheed Rice does not do well in one of the games, Xavier Worthy will probably be the wide receiver that's going to be in that starting in that lineup. So I know like if it's not Rasheed Rice, I know it's going to be Xavier Worthy. Give me those points. The fact that I got both of them kind of get like I'm comfortable. I'm happy about it, especially with just them, both of them having the same buy and no other wide receiver. Like it's fine. So I have Antonio Williams, obviously the guy that's going to be on the slot. Um, and I think it's just like it's probably going to be dumping to him. If I'm being honest. Jalen Naylor is actually probably the wide receiver one in his team. Obviously, it's not going to be the first target or the most targeted person. I know Brock Bowers is going to be, but Jalen Naylor, as far as being the wide receiver, who they're probably going to look for, it's probably going to be Jalen Naylor. Maybe Trey Tucker. I don't know yet, but more than likely it's going to be Jalen Naylor, right? They didn't just pay him like a few $1 million just to be the wide receiver too, right? So wide receiver room looks good. Antonio Williams looks great. The fact that Washington anymore, they're not going to trade for him. So at least from his Instagram stories, doesn't look like it. And Keyshawn Booty too, right? They might trade him or he might stay in New England. Regardless, he is a pretty decent wide receiver. that might give you those like he is probably like a boom and bust wide receiver, right? Well, a couple weeks he'll probably give you 10, 15. Other weeks he'll probably give you like 3 or 4. So, you know, don't hate it. As far as him being my last pick, love it. Travis Kelsey, again, if it's not one of those two other wide receivers I mentioned, probably be him having a great week, um, or having a great game, I should say. And then Gunnar Helm, second year in the league. I think this is his breakout season. And then Eli Stower is a great rookie. I think he might, hopefully, after week 8 or 9, might show up in Philly and take the starting role. So yeah, man, I'm projected right now. I like to look at the projections to kind of see where I compare to the other teams. I am projected to have about 33 points shy of 3K. So this guy tends to be like, see what I said earlier in the draft. Like, there's people that take 4 quarterbacks, 4 tight ends, that like very unnecessary. This guy that's projected to have more points than me by like 33 points or 35 points, I should say. The reason why is like because he has 4 quarterbacks, right? Like, why are you going to take 4 quarterbacks? He has 4 quarterbacks, 5 running backs, when he has like the 2 anchor running backs with B. John, Jeremiah Love, then takes Jalen Naylor. Um, and then just have 6 wide receivers, and then you have like, which like you have DJ Moore, but you don't have Josh Allen, and you reach for him 6 picks early. You have George Pickens. Like, dude, I am glad this guy drafted next to me at pick 2. I am glad because yeah, this team does not seem great. At least I don't think. So I'm not too worried about it. This guy has 2791. This guy that freaking got Patrick Mahomes takes 6 running backs and 6 wide receivers. But I get why he takes 6 running backs. He has his running back one is Chuba. So this makes sense. Like, this makes total sense, right? Especially if you have like Jamar Chase, Nico Collins, and Mecca Buka as your like wide receiver 1, 2, and 3. Again, this is the team I talked about earlier with like having like him taking Luther Burden over his first running back. I think that was probably a mistake. If I'm not lying, like, and then you should Luther Burden shares the same buy as a Buka. So what are you really doing here? I do like his tight ends with Tyler Warren, Juwan Johnson, and Hunter Henry though. But this guy does not have a stack from what I'm seeing. Yeah, he does not have a stack with either with Patrick Mahomes, Brock Bowers, or Tua. So no stacks, just going for hopefully the upside. I think that's what he was going for. This guy's projected to have 25, but he takes 6 running backs. I get it though, because his first running back was Trevion. Not to worry about it. Like, looking at these teams, man, this guy's first QB is Fernando Mendoza, which may not be the first, which may not be a starter to like week 5. Guys going with Geno Smith and Shador Sanders. Again, Shador Sanders is not the starting quarterback in Cleveland right now. It's the dude from the Texans that went to Cleveland and got paid like a bunch of millions. Forgetting his name. So he's going with Geno Smith as his starter, and who knows, he'll probably have some legal issues. I do like his running backs though. Um, Dude takes 8 wide receivers: Drake London, Mikael Mengen, Reed, Michael Pittman Jr., Casey Concepcion, Travis Hunter, Omari Cooper. I mean, like, and he has Trey McBride. So and Harold Fannin with Isaiah Likely. His tight ends are great, but if you take Trey McBride, like, there's no reason for you to take both Harold Fannin and Isaiah Likely in like within 3 rounds, especially if you don't have a quarterback. So I like just looking at the first other 5 teams. Looking at this, like these guys I drafted, this guy has 7 running backs, 7 wide receivers. Like, why? This is the team I like through like the first few rounds. Except I do like his wide receivers though. I'm not even lying. Zay Flowers, Tedero McMillan, Romo Dunze, Quentin Johnson, Trey Tucker, Denzel Boston, Jeremy Bernard. Great. His tight end, Sam Laporta, Kenyon Sadiq. Like this guy could have got like, yeah, okay, he does have like the elite quarterback with Lamar Jackson and Jared Goff, so I get why he only took 2 quarterbacks, but for him to take 7 running backs, like he would have been fine stopping at Sean Tucker and possibly taking another tight end. But this team so far, this team I like. He is projected to have about like 190 points less than I do. But again, I know these projections don't matter. But his wide receiver room is nice. And he has the 2 anchor running backs, even though I don't like Kenneth Walker. And the elite quarterback. So this guy is probably, me and him may, from what I'm seeing so far, may make it to the next round. And I hope I have him in the next round because actually this guy, did I miss this guy? This guy at 7. This guy at 7, I probably missed him here. He has Derek. So Jalen Hurts as his QB1, Malik Willis as QB2. So great, like upside with like the running right. Derrick Henry, running back 1, Josh Jacobs, Jordan Mason, Corey Krosky Merritt, Keenan Mitchell, and Kamani Dow. I see, like, again, this guy took 6 running backs. I don't get why he took Kamani. Like, I know you don't know who's going to be the backup running back, but Keenan Mitchell, they just paid him. Like I don't get it either. Wide receivers look great with Amon Ra, Devontae Adams, Christian Watson, Alec Pierce, Malik Washington to stack with Malik Willis, and Darnell Mooney, Tank Dell. So his wide receiver room looks great. His tight end room actually looks pretty good as well. So George Kittle, Chig, Okonkwo, and Craig Dulcich. Great tight ends. Great tight ends. And he does actually have the double stack with Malik Willis. So this is the guy that also took Jalen Hurts kind of early. His Jalen Hurts ADP is 71. He took him at pick 66. So maybe he's an Eagle fan and thinks that Jalen Hurts may be great. I don't know. The only stacking thing he has right now is with just like Malik Willis, double stack with his tight ends. But again, I do like that. But the fact that you take Jalen Hurts early. So this guy's team actually looks pretty decent if I'm being honest. Um, yeah, it's not bad. So this guy was at pick 7. This guy at 8, we just reviewed before him. This guy with a great wide receiver room. So I think between me, the guy at 7, the guy at 8, I'm like, his first 2 running backs look great, but dude takes Zach Charbonnet. He's not probably going to come back to like November. This guy, Terry McLaurin, Jaden Waddle, but then the next guy he has Stephon Diggs and Michael Wilson. Wanda Robinson's great, but then he like takes Khalil Shakur. He does have Josh Allen, so I get it. He is going with like the Buffalo offense. Again, it's probably going to be the number 1 offense or number 2 after the Rams. But dude is going with like literally all with Khalil Shakur and Keon Coleman, but not DJ Moore. So, or not Kincaid. He has Tucker Craft and Dallas Goddard. So I'm hoping this guy does not do well, especially Goddard. So I have Eli because I have Eli Stivers. So so far I do like 7, 8. Um, yeah, 7, 8. This guy at 10 is kind of, he is projected to have more points than I do though. So let's look at this guy at 10. Um, Even though I do like guy at 7 and 8 more. So with his quarterbacks, Justin Herbert, Kyler Murray, and Matthew Stafford. So Justin Herbert, I'm noticing he fell a lot. He fell like 20 picks below his ADP. So maybe that's what's going on where he got the value. And so then like plus then after that Justin Herbert picks, he takes Kyler Murray. And then possibly after that pick he takes Matthew Stafford. Um yeah, and that's exactly what happened. He just took back to back to back quarterbacks, but he didn't take it to like round 10, which is fine. He took decent quarterbacks. Does he have any stacking options? Just with the Minnesota team, with Kyler Murray, and nothing with the Rams. Oh yeah, he does have him stacked with Terrence Ferguson. So team looks okay. He does have four running backs. He does have the anchor running backs, which is Brown and Brees Hall. This guy also got Bucky Irving, and like he fell to him pretty late. This guy just has gotten like he went after the fallers. So Brees Hall's ADP is 27. He fell at pick 34. He took him. Bucky Irving ADP's at 54. He got him at pick 63. So he got him. Ramondre's ADP 76. He got him at pick 82. So he got him. So it makes sense. He's gone after the fallers, which is fine. You kind of want to go for that because you have the value. Sometimes the problem with that though is that you're not going for what your team needs. You're just going for the value. And so I know it seems like I'm talking crap, but I'm not too much, right? Dude, like I'm looking at his quarterbacks, they felt crazy. Am I on this draft that I didn't see that they fallen so much? So Justin Herbert's ADP is 81. He got him at pick 106. Kyler Murray, he got him in like at his ADP, right? 111, 111. But Matthew Stafford ADP is 106. He got him at pick 130. That is insane. 24 picks after his ADP. That is crazy. So I was not done getting quarterbacks. I just knew like I guess I was going more for the second options. Like I didn't want to take Matthew Stafford. He's a year older in the league. I don't have any Rams offense. To me, I wasn't really like liking to pick him up. Maybe it's my fault for going for the too much for the stacking options. But I do like Tyler Shug, right? He's younger. He's more mobile. Um, Maybe that's why. But I'm just like I am shocked of like how much some of these players fell, and he just went for the value after value after value. So Justin Herbert, he gets him like 25 picks after his ADP. Matthew Stafford, he gets him at 24 picks after ADP. Um, Chase Brown, he got him around his ADP. Brees Hall, he got him about 7 picks after his ADP. 6, 7 picks after his ADP. Bucky Irving, he got him about 9 picks after his ADP. Ramondre, he got him about 6 picks after his ADP. And so this guy just got value after. Same thing with Mike Evans. He went and got him like 13 picks after his ADP. Like he went for the value, except for Trey Harris. He kind of reached on him, but I get it, right? He went with the stacking option with Justin Herbert. Trey Harris may give him some upside. So not bad. Same thing goes with like the rookie from San Francisco, Stribling. He got him about 10 picks after his ADP. So, dude, Dontavian Wicks, same thing. He got him like 17 picks after his ADP. So this guy went for the value. I don't hate it. Good for him, actually. This guy might actually do very well. And maybe that's why he's projected so many points because he just went for the value, right? Same thing with Dalton Kincaid. He got him about 7 picks after his ADP. And then Terrence Ferguson, he reached on him about 10 picks, but that's fine. It's like one of the late, like second and last round pick, I think. Or yeah, fourth fourth to last round. Anyways, and Pat Freiermuth as well. He got him on the last round, and he got him 10 rounds after his ADP, 10 picks after his ADP. So this guy went for value. This guy might actually advance. Might be me and him, or between me 7, 8, and pick 10. So dude look great. And I know I'm talking too much. So I am going to wrap it up here. This team looks okay as well. Not a big fan of Jonathan Brooks, but whatevs. Um, meh. This guy, I like his two starting with 3 running backs. Actually, he has Javante, and his 2 starting run wide receivers. But other than that, like not too crazy on him. So guy that got like super value. I wonder he does have a badge, and I'm sure he's done thousands. So let's actually see really quickly before I wrap this up and stop the stream. Um, so he has the green one, the experience badges. Let's see what is the green one. So the black one's experience. This player has done 500 contests or has won more than 5 contests with Kamari Price. So okay, so it's either or. So they've either won or they've done like 500 contests, right? So let's look at the green guy, Emerald. He's either done 20,000 drafts or more draft contests entered. So that is insane. So let's see. The highly experienced player has played in more than 1,000 contests or has won more than 3 contests with prices of at least 1,000 of each. So this guy has the emerald. It is, I can see why. He just went for the value after value after value. He just went for the value. So I might actually just copy him and see one of my picks and just go based off the value picks. Um, his team seems okay. Like as far as like, it's not the players I love, if I'm being honest, but he just went for the value and based off the ADP, I think that's pretty promising. So good for him, man. I can see why he probably has either won or done a lot of drafts. You could see it. Um, yeah, man, I'm kind of curious. He took CeeDee Lamb as his pick 1, Chase Brown as pick 2, then took Brees Hall, and then Garrett Wilson. Then it just came like pick after pick. Yeah, man, good for him. So, I appreciate you guys. Either like no one hopped in or anything, but like I appreciate you guys watching. Later on, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know if you got any recommendation or whatever the case may be. But I appreciate you guys. Yeah, man. Have a good night. Peace.